Hi guys, EBPMAN with Tablets for Me. And today we're going to take a look at a case for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S 10.5. And this is the SlimLine case from Poetic. Let's take a closer look at the case. One of the things I'd like to highlight is that the case is covered with what is known as a PU leather, which is a synthetic leather that covers the front of the case and it goes all the way in the back of the case. But the case also has a hard shell, and this hard shell is going to protect your tablet. And you can see this is the hard shell area here, and this hard shell has two magnets, right? Has a magnet here and another magnet here, and this is going to keep the cover of your of the case from opening up when your tablet is flipped over. See, like this. See how it's nice and snug. The inner part of the actual case is made up of a microfiber-like material that is going to keep your Tab S from getting scratched, which is a great feature. You have all the appropriate cutouts for your camera as well as your volume controls, and we'll see how all those things align. And this case does support the auto wake feature. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at how our Tab S 10.5 fits in this case. So the first thing we're going to do is insert the actual tablet or the Tab S into the actual hardcover case that we have in the back. We do that by simply sliding it this way. So here we have the power button and the volume controls first, as I always do with all of the videos. I will then take my two fingers and I'll just press on both sides like this. And you'll actually hear a snap that will actually go off, just indicating that you've secured the tablet in the actual protector. Now we'll go ahead and close the actual case, and let's look at the cutouts, and then we'll take a look at the auto wake feature in just a moment. So if we put the case like this, and we'll make sure we get a good angle, you'll notice that you have your speaker is accessible. You also have the access to the micro SD is accessible, and your charging port is also accessible. So that while the case is closed, you can actually have access to all of these without having to open up the case. And you'll notice that everything is really nicely aligned. There's no problems accessing any of those points. On the back here, you'll notice that you have your camera and your flash nicely aligned once again. You'll see that there's some nice depth here, which is really important if you do place your tablet down on any kind of surface, because you don't want your camera being scratched in any way or anything damaged there. If we go on the top here, and let's see if we can get this because the tab is really big. You have your other speaker, you have your headphone jack, and you notice that there's a nice healthy cutout here that really supports those right angle jacks that you see that you're seeing more and more commonly, like the ones that come with the Beats headsets. And then if we look at on this side here, you'll notice that you have your power button and your volume rocker, and there's a nice indentation here, and it's really important because if you ever lay your tablet down on a surface, you never want your power button or your volume rocker to be placed or pressure as you have it in a briefcase or in a backpack. Some have found that by pressing this too long, your tablet can be erased, or your battery just gets completely wasted, and you really never know that that took place. And if you notice, if I put my finger right here, that's not going to be the case because it will not touch that area. You have your IR blaster here, so if those of you who use your tablet for changing the television set, that's also accessible there. And then what you're going to notice here, and this is not a manufacturer defect in any way, you do have another pinhole mic that's found here, and you have a cutout for it right there. I'll show you right here if I open it up. You notice how there's a pinhole right there, and it aligns with this. So you're still getting all of your mics are open. And this is great. So if, for example, if you're like in a lecture hall and you're doing some type of recording, you're in college or you're in high school, and you want to keep your tablet closed, you can keep it closed and not worry that any of the mics that are doing the recording are being obstructed, and therefore your recording is going to get muffled. So that's a great feature with this specific case. Now, the case does support the auto wake feature like we mentioned earlier, so if I open up the tablet, it is going to turn on, and if I close it, it will turn off. And as I mentioned also, because it has some magnets here that are holding the actual case cover closed, you'll notice that you don't have any problem with that opening or inadvertently turning your tablet on. Now, this case does support multiple viewing angles, and now let's take a look at how you can set up your tablet with this case to support a typing angle as well as a viewing angle that's available with this specific case. So the first viewing angle that we're going to illustrate is a typing angle. So all you do is you grab the case like this, open it up like this, and then you just fold it. This is going to give you a nice typing angle, and it's also a great viewing angle. So you can type, and because this is a 10.5 screen, it is, while it's not 100% close enough to an actual keyboard, if you were to purchase an external keyboard case, that case is going to cover the same dimensions as you see here. So if you notice as I place my fingers on the screen, if you like to touch type on a tablet screen, this is easily done here. Also, because of the Tab S 10.5 having a Super AMOLED screen, the viewing angles of this tablet are absolutely incredible. And what I would say is this is a great viewing angle also if you want to watch a TV show or something that you have recorded on your tablet and want to make it private. I really like this mode, this area, or this angle as a private viewing angle. Let's look at the next viewing angle with this tablet case. Now the next viewing angle is more of a public viewing angle. So I'm just going to take again the case, I'm going to flip it back like this. You see how I'm doing it right there? So I'm just flipping it back in this angle, and then I'm just propping it up like this. So now what I have is a more public viewing angle. And this is great if I'm on a plane and let's say I'm with someone and I want to be able to share what I'm viewing, and I have a headset with a splitter plugged in, for example, and we have two people who are actually sharing a screen. So this is a great, I would say, angle if you want to share what you're looking at. This is also great if you're just in the cafeteria and you're having some lunch and you want to be able just to look at what's going on and maybe even navigate through Facebook. That would work well as well. Before we conclude the video, I just wanted to highlight one other thing about the actual case. You will notice that you have some really good bumper protection that's protecting the corners of your tablet, and that bumper protection appears on all corners, which is really important when you have a tablet because they do tend to easily get nicked or damaged in the corners. So having that is a great value as well as we look at this case. Now, just wanted to recap before we conclude the video some of the main features of the case from Poetic. It does have a leather finish going all the way around, as I showed you earlier. It goes all the way by front and back. It does have that hard shell case in the back, and this is made out of a polycarbonate hard shell that's going to protect your tablet. It's extremely lightweight, so it really doesn't add any thickness or weight to your tablet, which is also really great. And one of the things I just want to make sure that we never forget is that you have access to your charging ports, your headphone jacks, all with the cover closed, which is a great feature because you can listen to music, you can charge your tablet with the case closed. But if you're listening to music, for example, you don't have to worry about the screen being on while you're listening to either a lecture or, again, music, and therefore consuming your battery. Also, don't forget that the folks from Poetic do offer a 3-year manufacturer warranty on the case, which once again makes this a tremendous value. So if you have any comments or questions on this case, please leave it on the YouTube channel. I'll post some links for this product. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and by all means, don't forget to like.